Good morning and welcome to the Community Pharmacy Roundtable. My name is Breck. I'll be your host today, and then we have some other presenters that will be visiting about some amazing solutions for our pharmacies as well. But I absolutely love community pharmacy. Been working with community pharmacies now for, oh gosh, it's been over 20 years, and we just absolutely love working with them and helping them be successful. And so back, I guess it's been about a year now. I kept seeing all of these closures that were happening in pharmacy, and made me really sad because I love community pharmacy. We don't have a business at ServeRx without our community pharmacies, and so started to think, well, what can I do to help? See if we couldn't prop them up, get them additional revenue resources beyond even what we do at ServeRx. And so that's why we launched these new revenue roundtables to look at the different opportunities that are out there. And it's not even as hard as it is with the lower reimbursements. There's never been a more exciting time to be in community pharmacy, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you why it's such an exciting time. But first off, let's talk about the problem. I think we're all very aware that the poor reimbursements are killing our community pharmacies. This report from Fortune that talked about the first time ever in the history of community pharmacy we've actually dipped below the 20,000 mark, and a big reason for that is just the lower reimbursements. Back when I first started in the industry, the profit margins were around 36%. Today they're at 3 to 5%, so it's pretty hard to actually stay in business at those margins if you just keep doing what you've always done. I get weekly updates from our PSAO partners showing all of the closures, and then these are just some headlines right out of the news. 3 locations closing up in Jefferson City. Just last week on September 6th, the pharmacy there in Tillamook. And then really sad, Darrington Pharmacy has been open for 106 years, just closed, leaving a pharmacy desert in that area. And it's not just the poor reimbursements, it's the darn DIR fees. What the heck's a DIR fee? This direct indirect remuneration is ridiculous. And this slide shows just how ridiculous it is. If you look at between 2010 and 2019, what the fee increased by, and put that in perspective, that would be like paying over $3,000 for a gallon of milk. I mean, that is just not sustainable. And so, I think I'm obviously preaching to the choir here. You all know how bad it is with poor insurance reimbursements and then high clawbacks and DIR fees and what can be done. So that's why we put this whole program together, is to help our community pharmacies understand you do need to do something different. We believe that 1/3 of your revenue should be coming from non-dispensing. So if you can see today, our independent pharmacies are over 90% dependent upon dispensing revenue. The chains have more front end, and so they have other items. They have hair products and makeup and all kinds of things at the big box stores. And then you can see that the supermarkets, of course, have all of their grocery items and everything. And so but we think our independents really need to start shifting to, let's find more non-dispensing revenue that we can tap into to make sure that we are surviving. I love this quote from Wayne Gretzky: whether or not you're a sports fan or not, this is applicable. When he was interviewed and was asked what makes him a great player, this was what he said: he skates to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been. And so that's exactly what we do with our community pharmacies today, is we need to actually be thinking, where do we need to go, instead of being where we were last year or the year before. And so we have identified 16 new revenue streams that we want to share with you today. 16, and 10 of those come from one solution, which is amazing. So I'm looking forward to telling you more about that. And you'll see a nice little black box and then the number where that revenue stream is coming from as we go through the presentation today. So you can follow along really quickly and count up all 16 revenue streams. Let's start with number one. That's our service, that's ServeRx. So I usually have Will from my team. A lot of you probably know Will. He's the big, tall basketball player that's traveled all over the world, played 12 years for the Harlem Globetrotters, and we're really lucky to have him on our team heading up our sales efforts at ServeRx. He's unfortunately sick this morning. Just spoke with him about a half hour ago, and he is going to bow out because he's just really not feeling well. He said he thinks he got some bad sushi, so I hope he clears that out of his system really quickly.
Not from a convenience store, I hope.
Yeah, you know, I used to live out in the Memphis area, and that was funny. They used to have a gas station that sold sushi. I thought, why would you ever buy sushi from a gas station? But I've heard people say it was really good, but yeah, I never was brave enough to try it. But hey, so let me tell you really quickly about the ServeRx program. This is bypassing PBMs. Okay, it's direct billing. And we're specifically focused on workers' compensation, but there are other direct billing opportunities too in auto and then of course cash pay. One big risk for community pharmacy today is the status quo. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to eventually fall victim like one of these other, like the Tillamook pharmacy or one of these other pharmacies that we get notification of closures every week. Too many prescriptions are being redirected into the PBM networks or into a mail order fulfillment and taking that patient right out of your pharmacy. And so whenever you can process to, a direct billing program like ServeRx, you can see how much higher the reimbursements are. Meloxicam is one that we talk about all the time because the PBMs, these are actual PBM reimbursements. I could go back and look at the statistics and tell you exactly which PBM is which, but we didn't want to call anyone out specifically by name, but these are actual reimbursements. So $4 and $5 for a medication you should be getting over $90 reimbursement for. The payer is not paying any more. Liberty Mutual, Travelers, Hartford, they're paying the same amount, whether we send them the invoice or whether Optum sends them the invoice or Timesys or MyMatrix. It's the same amount that the payer is paying. The big difference is we pass it on to our pharmacy partners and the PBM puts it in their own pocket. We are the only independent, completely independent third-party processor for workers' comp. There are other programs out there, but they're all connected either to a PBM or to their own mail order fulfillment. We want to keep those patients in our pharmacies, in our pharmacy partners. Pharmacies getting their medications, getting their refills. About 50% of all workers' compensation claims will have up to 8 to 12 refills. And you should be getting that better reimbursement on all of those. So that's the number one revenue. If you're not using us, you need to be using us. It's free to enroll. Doesn't cost. In fact, the contracting is probably already done by your PSAO because we are the preferred processor for all the PSAOs out there. And a lot of people do independent agreements with us too. We have some amazing opportunities coming up to show appreciation to our pharmacy partners in conjunction with the Basketball Hall of Fame. Yeah, we kind of have a basketball theme here. Our head of sales is a St. John's superstar and played 12 years with the Harlem Globetrotters, but we also have other connections into basketball, and so the Basketball Hall of Fame has a college, like 5 college events coming up, 4 that are here in the U.S. and one that's up in Canada. And so if you are anywhere near the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas on November 6th, we would like to invite you to be our guest. We're going to have a suite, one of the skyboxes up there that you can come and enjoy some of these games here being played on November 6th. The headliner is that USC versus Kansas State, because LeBron James's son, Bronny James, plays for USC now. Well, he had that heart issue, so we're not sure if he's going to be able to play or not, but that's the headliner for that one. Then in Charlotte on November 10th, and then in December we'll be in San Antonio, and then here in my home state of Arizona. So there'll be a Phoenix event too. So if you're anywhere near one of those locations, we would invite you to be our guest at these upcoming events. And I can get you that calendar invite too after this, so you can see all the dates and what days they are. The next revenue opportunity is amazing. This is where 10 revenue streams are bundled all up in one. And there's some exciting news that's coming from these wellness centers with the leadership and people that are joining to support this program. So we'll have some announcements in the next couple of weeks of who has joined the board and what leadership is there. But this is an amazing program. This is a clinic in a box. This is you're all very familiar with the Minute Clinics or the health hubs from the big chains. Well, this is a Minute Clinic on steroids because of what it's focusing on and what it's doing. This program is literally laying the train tracks to community pharmacy to bring all of the latest and greatest technology solutions and healthcare to making our independent community pharmacies the health hub of their community again. Using artificial intelligence and the most cutting edge technology. And I'll demonstrate a couple of those solutions here in just a moment. But literally, these wellness centers are the Minute Clinic on steroids, and laying the train tracks to bring additional programs that are not even on the market yet today. There's a new light therapy that is being tested right here in Arizona today, that once they're ready to go national, it's an amazing program because it doesn't take any additional administrative time from our pharmacies. It's all run off of a cell phone app for the patient to come in and use that, and then the pharmacy gets revenue from that. So we'll talk about that in future meetings because it's not even out yet, but just some amazing opportunities. The first revenue stream from this wellness program is through getting credentialed, doing the same work that you're already doing. So most of our pharmacies are offering vaccinations today and shots like the flu shot. One of our clients, and I think I saw someone from this client on today, they did almost 10,000 flu shots last year. Okay, they have multiple locations. And so just looking at just their flu shots, they did almost 10,000. They were getting an average of $17 reimbursement for those flu shots. So their revenue is approximately $167,400. Once they're credentialed, that same amount of flu shots, so no additional effort, no additional work, but the reimbursement will be almost $1 million. I mean, that is incredible. There's other testing opportunities with, COVID and flu and all these point of care programs. This STD, STI program, the home health test, this is like mailbox money for our community pharmacies. And in fact, that's the second revenue. You can see here by the second FOI revenue stream. I'm going to point that out every time that so you can keep track. There's 16 that we're going to talk about. But this home test is amazing because the pharmacy gets a unique QR code that's assigned to the pharmacy. And this is like the HIMSS program. So it's very discreet but it's dealing with an issue that I didn't realize was such a big issue. But according to the CDC, 1 in 5 Americans has an STD or an STI, and 24,000 women every year become sterile because of not having the proper treatment for that. So it's becoming quite a problem. It's literally 33,000 new cases every day, and we have a public health solution that the pharmacy gets a unique QR code. The patient can discreetly just scan that either off of your website or off of signage, have the home test sent to them. It really incredibly nice packaging. It's almost like an Apple phone box where it has the magnetic connection, and it has all of the materials inside. And then when they send off to the lab, if they are positive and need an antibiotic, you're the pharmacy of record, and so that prescription is sent to your pharmacy. So I call it mailbox money because you don't even know who got the test, but then you get compensated a referral fee anywhere between $10 and $15 for every test that is used to the pharmacy. So, like I said, mailbox money back to you. I would encourage you, though, to carry some of the tests in-house, because patients will come up to the counter and ask for them as well. And we'll have the lab will have an order form that they'll get out to me. This program starts in about 4 weeks, so you've got a little bit of time for planning, but definitely you should get on that waiting list and participate in that program. Okay, it's revenue stream number 2. Let's move on to revenue stream number 3 is virtual care. Again, making your pharmacy that health hub for your community again starts with virtual care. So you're that one-stop shop for anything acute or anything that's minor med. They can have a visit through, a tablet with a provider, and then they're right there at the pharmacy to pick up any prescription that's needed. I'm going to play a quick video here about personal medicine and one of the other revenue streams.
Here in drug facts, according to a recent report from Pharmacy Times, one size evidently does not fit all when it comes to medications. The pharmaceutical industry has produced some blockbuster medications, but has remained unremarkable at the patient or the individual patient level, with only an estimated 30 to 50% of patients fully responding to many of the leading conventional drugs. Some treatments just don't work for some patients. Did you know that 99% of the population has at least one variant in their DNA that doesn't allow them to metabolize certain medications? The way patients respond to treatments is heavily affected by their individual genetic makeup, variables, and complex biology. We now have the science to personalize treatments. For more information, please join the Facebook group.
Okay, so this campaign started about a year ago. There are over 111,000 patients that are following this now. So a Facebook group called Healthcare Disruptors was set up just to funnel all of those patients in to that group to get them connected with a participating pharmacy. This is a national marketing campaign that has already started. There are thousands of patients that are already looking for all of the services that can be provided in this wellness solution, and with the custom medications here. So fourth FOI revenue stream is the pharmacogenomics, or the personal med program. The lab will pay the pharmacy $110. That covers both the collection and the patient interpretation when the results come back. It's a real easy oral swab, just like taking a 23andMe DNA test, and then that's sent off. The lab provides all the supplies, everything for the pharmacy to be able to do the collections, and then, like I said, they're paying a flat rate of $110. once you are credentialed, those interpretation reimbursements go up quite a bit, as you can see. 150 is the average. So the fifth revenue stream for FOI is blood analytics. Do we have Mary or Brandon here today? I didn't see them pop in. But so Marianne and Brandon Drake run this program. It's amazing blood analytics using AI. And basically what happens is patients go in, they're feeling crummy, so labs are ordered, the lab results come back, they go do their follow-up visit, and the doctor says, oh, your labs are in normal range. Well, what does normal mean from one patient to the next? So that's where this blood analytics using AI matches markers in the blood that could potentially be turning into future disease states. This is literally preventative medicine in real time. Amazing, amazing program. And that's another revenue stream through FOI, the fifth one. All right. This next demo is one of the medical devices that FOI is bringing to our community pharmacies. I got exposure to this technology about 6 years ago now. My niece had gone through chemo and radiation treatment for cancer. She'd gone back to St. Jude, and luckily it was back when we were back in the Memphis area, so we were there to help support my sister and the family. But St. Jude's an amazing, amazing facility. They actually cured my niece of the cancer, but she had so much scar tissue. She had taken the maximum dose of radiation that her little body could possibly handle for the rest of her life. And that, cured her of the cancer, right? But it caused a lot of side effects. And so there was scarring around her lungs and stuff, and she couldn't breathe without the aid of oxygen. Well, fast forward, I move out to Scottsdale, meet a doctor in Scottsdale who had a really smart PhD partner, and they built their own PEMF, a pulsating electromagnetic energy device. The therapist had to manipulate the electrical current that was going through to the patient. But it was an amazing solution. It opened up my niece's lungs. It allowed her to breathe without the aid of oxygen. They were nice enough to give her a prototype that she took back home. They lived out in Carson City, Nevada area, and she called it her magic box. So amazing, amazing technology. That was my first exposure to it. All prototype, all beta, nothing that had gone through the FDA. So now fast forward 6 years later, we come across a bioelectromagnetic energy regulator. That's a mouthful, but this device that has gone through all of the FDA approval process and now is a class 2 NGX medical device that can be used with patients. And we have community pharmacies that are billing insurance for it. So it's a really exciting opportunity. Well, tons of pro athletes have been using this for years. I can get you a list of all the pro athletes that are using it. A lot of golf players, a lot of professional football players, because imagine all of those hard hits that they take. They're actually creating little micro tears in their muscles and even micro fractures in their bones when they hit that hard. This medical device has been proven to heal those up. Also, European studies have shown that it's repaired nerve damage. There's an amazing study. You can go to PubMed and look up all these studies, but there was an amazing study on benefits for even Alzheimer's. But here in the US, the FDA has to put you in a box. And so they said, okay, this falls into the category of muscle stimulation. Well, okay, muscle stim is not going to have anything to do with your brain. So therefore, the device is supposed to be used from the neck down only. Off-label, I'd be wrapping this thing around my head every day because of the studies in Europe. And even in fact, poor countries like Hungary are using this technology in their right in the hospitals and the babies' incubators, because it helps the premature babies' lungs develop faster so that they can live outside of that environment faster. Amazing, amazing technology. I'm going to show you a demo here of a cross-section of a leg muscle. It's so blown up that you're going to see one individual little capillary coming off the left-hand side, and you're going to see how lethargic the blood is flowing into that capillary. You're going to see the arterial bringing the blood to it, and then you're going to see the venual returning the blood. But this is before stimulation. Again, look how slow, lethargic that blood is flowing in there. After only 3 minutes of stimulation, it's flowing naturally. And then after 6 minutes of stimulation, pay attention over here to the venual side, and you'll see those white blood cells are more active. It doesn't produce any more white blood cells. It just makes them more active. And how long does it last in patients? This is 30 minutes, totally after the entire treatment is done. This is 30 minutes later, and it is still flowing like the Autobahn into those little micro circulation areas. So here's Slick Willie. We're showing you him on that device so we can show the device off. So this is the medical device here. It has 2 ports on it. One port is going to the med bed. So imagine a high-end yoga mat that has coils through it. So now he's getting an entire body solution. And by the way, most patients' heads will be about where his shoulders are. He just happens to be really tall. But yeah, you're getting a full body benefit of 30% more vasomotion, meaning more oxygen and nutrients getting to your cells, taking the metabolic waste out faster. So that's what one port's going to. The second port is going here to a device that is the Spot, and we're really focused right on his ankle. A few years back, he broke his ankle playing over in France, has a plate and screws in there. And so this is helping to break down that scar tissue and give him back his range of motion. So an amazing, amazing product that works. I don't have anything debilitating, but I inherited from my mom restless leg syndrome. She suffered with it her whole life, and I had it for about 20 years. I had it so bad that I was literally wearing holes out in the fitted sheet of my bed. And it was also very distracting and irritating to my wife. She always wondered, hey, what are you doing over there? You're trying to start a fire? No, I just have the restless legs. After about 1.5 weeks of treatments on this device, that RLS completely went away. So again, nothing debilitating, but it works. The technology works. An independent study was done on a bunch of PEMF devices, and you can see on day 1 where the patients were on using these different devices. Even just from the very out of the gate, day 1, this device started outshining all the other PEMF devices on the market. Day 2, day 3, got up to 30% more oxygen utilization or circulation. Also increases the ATP cell energy by about 22% as well. Then they took all the patients off on day 3, and you can see all the other devices dropped to basically 0. And this bioelectromagnetic energy regulator device, it dropped off as well, but was still at the higher than the highest point of any of the competitors on it. They have identified 4 revenue streams for this medical device alone. Insurance billing, because insurance will cover 10 to 15 visits, and then after that there's cash pay. So that's the second revenue, is cash pay. When the pharmacy gets credentialed to be a DME provider, that's the third revenue. We have a pharmacist that has good relationship with surgeons, and so they use this for post-surgical recovery. Imagine getting 30% more nutrients, blood flow and oxygen to that surgical site. It's going to heal up that much faster, and it's going to make these surgeons look like they're geniuses, right? It's actually the device that's doing that healing. So that's the third revenue from it. The fourth revenue is about 1 in 10 patients love how much better they feel, and so they want to have the device at home, and so the pharmacy can then sell them a device. So those are the 4 revenue streams from that technology. This is going to be big business, folks. You've got big tech and big pharma already partnering up to develop more of these bioelectronics, and the Foy therapy folks have already the first FDA-approved device available for you. All right, the 10th revenue stream is virtual therapy. This is an amazing program through CareSpace that helps patients get active and mobile again. So they don't even have to have an injury. It can just be for using it for our Medicare patients and helping them do calisthenics. Because what they do is they have, again, an app on their smart device or on their phone that they set up, and it shows them if they're supposed to be doing a deep squat, it maps their body, gives you the exact range of motion. So not just that plastic little thing that you see at the physical therapist. This gives you an exact range of motion, and then the AI develops a program to improve that range of motion or just to be active in general.
Ready?
So
Yes.
if you're supposed to be doing a deep squat, then if you're at only 80%, the technology shows you, okay, you're at 80%, you got to go deeper. Okay, now you're at 90. Okay, now you're at 100%, come back up. Amazing tool. Also can be used for remote patient monitoring as well, because this is all recorded and it shows previous week to show progress week over week. So amazing program. And the 10th revenue stream for the Foy program, all bundled up in a nice little package for our community pharmacies that is all inclusive. It has all of the credentialing, the software licensing, the patient management, billing, collections, everything, all in a nice little clinic in a box, or as you can see, Minute Clinic on steroids. Because of all the things that it offers, and additional things will be coming down the road. Community pharmacies that have incorporated clinics and on these clinical services and solutions today are generating between 20 and 35,000 per month in additional revenue. That's only 2 patients a week or two patients a day on the treatments for that. There is a cost to it, but it's not anywhere near even a franchise fee. So just the setup of the equipment and everything runs between like 20 and 25,000. But you can see that your ROI is in 3 or 4 months, you've completely paid that off. And we've also gone out and gotten zero interest financing lined up for the community pharmacies as well. So is Walter here today? I didn't see him chime in. So normally Walter would cover this. It's an amazing program. I'll make sure that I get you his information, or make a warm introduction as well. I'm happy to introduce you to Walter. But this is a business line of credit, and like I say, it's zero interest for 15 to 18 months. If your ROI is 3 or 4 months, you're going to pay zero interest on that, and then it's a revolving line of credit for you. So if you want to expand and build out additional clinic rooms, or if you want to take the space next to your pharmacy and expand, then this line of credit is there to help you accomplish that and do it at zero interest. So an amazing program. Was anyone here from Functional Wellness today? So some of you may know Kit Nelson, who runs the Functional Wellness Network for our community pharmacies. This is a revenue stream 11. This is a cool device that actually measures the nutrition level in patients. And so they have a whole program to help you bring additional cash revenue to the pharmacy. This goes hand in hand with all of the nutrition depletion programs that you see from McKesson and others, because almost every medication prescription medication that patients are on, maintenance medications, are depleting your body from something, right? And so you need to replenish that with with a vitamin or a mineral or a supplement. And so this goes hand in hand with that, but really focuses on the antioxidant levels. So if someone has a low score, then you put them on a program to improve that score. So it's the therapy test, like we do with everything else in healthcare. If somebody has high blood pressure, they get on a medication to improve it, you come back and retest it. This is the same thing that's happening here. You're testing the patient, seeing what their score is, putting them on a program. So it helps you sell more of your front-end nutrition products, vitamins and supplements, and then you bring them back in to retest, and the patient is paying for those tests. So I ran a calculation here using their spreadsheet with just 5 scans per day, and what that revenue would generate for the pharmacy just in the first year, and then second year and third year. So it's real dollars for our community pharmacies when they get involved in that program. And again, another one of the revenue streams. All right, revenue stream number 12. This product is so amazing that I use it myself daily. Anytime I travel, I do not travel without this protection. It's so amazing. They've actually bundled that into the FOI program, so you actually get a starter pack with FOI, because you're going to use it to keep all of your patients safe and protected in your clinical setting as well. But I'm going to turn some time over to Scott to tell you all about this amazing product. But I'm going to tell you one quick personal story, and that is back during the peak of the pandemic, we had a family trip that had been planned for a couple of years, and about the only place that would allow you to still travel was like Mexico. They'll take your money no matter what's going on in the world. And so we had a flight down to Mexico, and we took the whole family. I have 2 little grandkids, and I should have brought one of the wipes in, but there's these really great handy wipes that are huge. So one, Scott's holding up one there, but they're huge wipes. I took one wipe and I was able to wipe down both grandkids head to toe. Well, it's water-based, so there's no chemicals in there, so there's nothing that's going to be harmful to them. I wiped them down. I wiped the tray tables, the seat armrests, the buckles, everything, because I knew those kids were going to touch and play with everything on that plane, and I wanted to protect them. Well, we took that same care the whole time the week we were down in Mexico. We all had to get tested. We all got tested negatively, so we were negative for COVID, so we could get back to the United States just fine. Well, one of our partners at ServeRx didn't take the same precautions as us, and they got an extra 2 weeks of vacation out of it because someone in their party got COVID. So swear by this. This product lasts for 4 hours. The FDA says it lasts for 4 hours on your skin, which means that you probably last 5 or 6 hours. Your skin cells literally have to flake off to get rid of it. But Scott, I'm sorry I talked way too much about it. It's just a great product.
Hey, the check's in the mail, buddy. You do such a good job. You couldn't be more honest and truthful with everything you do here in the community pharmacy area. And so I'm grateful for every minute that you give me. The MyShield product line, and not to be confused, my distribution company is called GermsRx, but we distribute the MyShield product line, which is hand sanitizers, wound care, laundry additives, just a whole variety of things, antimicrobial sprays. Everything is water-based. Give or take 97-98% of the product is water. If you can think of it as the delivery system. But we have a special nanotechnology that creates a flexible, covalent bonded barrier on your surfaces, whether it's your skin or clothes, or it's porous and non-porous. And what it does is it creates an inhospitable field for when the pathogens come in contact with it, they get pierced and basically electrocuted with a positive nitrogen molecule, and it just does it over and over and over, and extremely long periods of effective time, because your current hand sanitizer, by the wonderful knowledge and careful picking of the CDC, everybody has alcohol-based hand sanitizers, which last about 20 or 30 seconds because the active ingredient is the alcohol. So when it dries, there's no more germ killing, except now you got dried out, opened up pores and residue and not so great smelling stuff. So if Breck is going to rub this all over his grandkids, there's no fragrance, there's no residue. It just works and works and works. In fact, the number one comment I get is, Scott, I think he just sold me water, because it's that out of sight, out of mind. But we have so many field tests and lab tests, and it's again, everything's approved by the FDA or the EPA. If your disinfectants fall under that category. But if somebody wants to get a hold of me, I put my information in the chat, and we also are obviously giving these at a wholesale price to the pharmacy, so that they can make some money on these amazing products, which again are going to come as a bundle in the FOI package. But you can set these out with confidence, and typically we try and do a little bundle of some sort, like a travel hand sanitizer and a wound care and a sanitizing wipe. These are like the Swiss Army knife. This is what Breck used. You can rub it on anything, and it will give you a 4+ hour virus and bacteria-free surface. So I appreciate the time, and we'll let somebody else talk.
Yeah, amazing product. And then here is number 13. Is Chris here today? So Chris, is a great representative for BioLite, and is the over the retail pharmacy side. So you probably see me sipping on this today. When I talk a lot, I get dehydrated. This is an amazing product that now you can get right through all of your wholesalers. Initially, you had to go directly to the website, and that's when we first aligned with them and brought them in to be a part of the community pharmacy roundtables. But now they've had such great success, you can get it right through your wholesaler, McKesson, Cardinal, Amerisource, or whoever carries this now. And but 550% more electrolytes than you'd get in a leading sports drink, without all of the artificial sweeteners or sugar. So developed by this doctor here who his wife was going through chemo, and the only thing that helped her feel better was to get an intravenous IV. Well, that's not very practical to go into to get an IV every day, and so he developed this product. Everything you would get in a intravenous IV in a drinkable. So the only difference is it takes maybe 15-20 minutes to hit your bloodstream, because it goes through your kidneys first. But incredible product. Here in Arizona, it gets pretty hot and dry in the summertime, and so we recommend this. Anytime that I hear somebody has a loved one that's going through chemo, we send them out this product as well. So amazing product. If you're don't have it yet in your pharmacy, you should bring it in. And they're also now developing, I don't know if it's been released yet, maybe somebody that's already ordering this may know, but they're coming out with the powder form too, so it'll not be as heavy and bulky for shipping. But BioLite's an amazing product, and the number 13 revenue stream for our community pharmacies. All right, number 14. I want to introduce to you someone that we've created quite a friendship over the last few weeks. In fact, Jonathan has agreed to also be an advisor on the advisory board to the FOI program. And so want to introduce you to Jonathan. This is a fun product, but a functional product, BreathRox. Jonathan.
Yeah, Breck, thank you for the introduction, and I really appreciate the time. I've got my BioLite. I got my UPS announcement today. It's coming today, so I'm going to be joining you on the BioLite train. So what BreathRox are is breath rocks are they're popping breath mints. It's basically sugar-free pop rocks that have zinc in them. And as Breck mentioned, it makes a really fun product that, you know, we all grew up with these pop rocks. It actually makes them functional by adding zinc to the product. And what the zinc does is it basically just neutralizes the gases in your mouth that cause bad breath. So that's how they work. So it's really a great product. It's not just candy like zinc like Tic Tacs are, but it's actually something that's functional. Now, this product has actually been around for a few years. It was actually sold on QVC and HSN and on Facebook, and they sold it in these big $30 multi-packs that had a bunch of these little tiny bottles. But what we ended up doing was we acquired the product, we've totally rebranded it, and we're bringing it to the retail pharmacies. That's where we're first launching. And so I think it's pretty impressive that people heard about this product. They thought it was so fascinating that they were willing to spend $30 to buy a big box, and they generated $3 million in sales that way. But we're really optimistic that by putting it in a much more brand that reflects the exciting popping action, brings out the attention that we're blasting bad breath with zinc, that it'll be something that'll be ubiquitous. But it's going to start with pharmacies first. So our retail price on this is $3.49. Pharmacies will be able to purchase it for $1.74. So you're going to get that 50% keystone margin. And we're actually launching the product at NCPA the middle of next month. So if you're going to be there, would love to have you come sample the product, and we're going to be starting to ship out in October. And we kind of consider this product the Red Bull of breath mints, because back in the day there was obviously soda and sugar that Pepsi and Coke had out there. Red Bull came in, added a bunch of functional ingredients, raised the price over typical soda, and added a bunch of really fun marketing. That's what we're doing with breath rocks. And what that does is it actually creates kind of an opportunity to for independent pharmacies to be involved in our success, not just in the profit margin, but actually in the profits. What we've done is we've put together a seed loan where we've raised a little over $100,000 so far, of a total of $300,000. And what we've done with those funds is we went into production with 100,000 units that are being manufactured right now in Wisconsin. And we've also have a crowdfunding campaign that we're launching in October as well. And the idea behind the crowdfunding is to allow retailers and consumers to be able to invest as little as $100 to then really have have skin in the game and be evangelical about sharing this, because certainly people share gum and candy and breath mints already, but if you've got a little ownership in the product, well, it really gives you incentive to do that. And so we've got 30,000 people who've previously ordered breath rocks before that we're going to be bringing this to. So it creates an opportunity to have more people come into your pharmacy and ask for it. So we've got several great pharmacists who've invested. If you're interested in investing in our seed loan, we're going to have that open for the next few weeks before we launch. And what that means is that we actually when you invest, people get 125% back when the crowdfunding kicks in. Plus, you get 2 times your investment in the crowdfunding. So if you're interested, I put my information in the chat to be able to talk about that. But if anything, we're definitely would love to have you carry our product when it's available in the middle of October. So it's a great product that's really functional too. So thank you, Breck.
Yep, thank you. And I don't know where else anyone can get went back too far, get 125% on their investment right now. There's not anywhere that does that. So that's amazing. Also, one of the reasons why Jonathan has been added to the advisory board with Foy is to help out with some of that project as well. So thank you so much. All right, real quick, let me cover this next one, the dry eye mask. It replaces a couple of medications. the manufacturer will actually send you free masks. So they'll send you like a couple $100 worth of inventory if you want to start that program. And again, 50% margin on that too if you want to start carrying these. That's the 15th revenue stream. 16th revenue stream, we're excited to have Jessica here and to tell us more about, most of you probably know about Real Value, but there's some other things you need to also know about Real Value. We have pharmacies that use Real Value as their primary, not a secondary, because of how much better the pricing is. But Jessica, why don't you tell us more about Real Value?
Yes, thank you, Breck. So I'm Jessica Socorro. I'm one of the senior national account managers here at Real Value RX. I've been doing account management for community pharmacies for 20 years. I just joined with Real Value RX 3 years ago, and I did my shopping around when I was looking for a new wholesaler to partner with. And I joined Real Value because they really do look out for the independents. It's all about saving our customers, money. We don't do a rebate model. We literally purchased and do a cost plus net direct pricing. And the reason why we do that is because, we want to pass on that savings to the customer, especially with how tight margins are. So we're very transparent with pricing. But that being said, we can also still do, volume discounts, price fits, things of that nature. We also, what's different about us compared to other secondaries is our prices are fantastic on the retail med side, but also the items that adjudicate favorably, we have a fantastic portfolio on those, and our prices are aggressive in that capacity as well. Our reps are also consultants. So our reps will show you and kind of help you with top movers in your area, top movers in your state. We don't just want to sell you, we don't want to just make a sale. It's more of a partnership. It's more a consultative relationship that we look for. And of course, we do offer, all the convenience of other wholesalers, such as, EDI connectivity. We can offer Saturday delivery. We do have a fantastic short date catalog as well, which a lot of our short dates are really closeouts. So, I have short dates that, have more than a year dating, but you're getting the price of a short date. So it's really a fantastic savings for my customers. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. We also we partner, and one of our sister companies is Easy Script RX. And Easy Script is basically a benefit check software that does not flag the PBM. It's not supposed to flag the PBM. Of course, with everything, you also want to do your due diligence. You want to tread lightly. But it's pretty much a crystal ball for pharmacies into coverage. And it's really a fantastic software. There's nothing like it in the market. So that's another, side piece, another avenue that we offer that's unique to our customers that kind of want to take, take their revenue to a next level, pretty much. So that's it in a nutshell. I did leave my contact information on the chat. You can reach me directly on my cell phone if you'd like to find out more. And I also left my email on there. I do not hound customers with phone calls. You guys barely have time to have lunch, and I definitely respect that. But all my contact information is there. We will also be at NCPA, so we will be exhibiting there mid-October. The dates are October 14th through the 17th. And we are also going to have a coffee vendor providing espresso, lattes, cappuccinos. So I hope you can stop by. I'd love to meet you guys in person. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell, unless somebody has any questions for me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Jessica. And this is the pain management product portfolio here, which goes hand in hand with workers' compensation. This is absolutely a fantastic guide to what is going to be amazing reimbursements for our community pharmacies. So that's where we talk about revenue stream number 16 is that they actually help you market this to the doctors in your area. We get asked all the time, how do we pick up more workers' comp patients? Because, you'd literally have to fill 20, 30 Medicare scripts to equate to the revenue you make off of one work comp patient. Well, how do you do that? You get engaged with the physicians in your area, and they're providing you with resources to do that. That's such an amazing program. So thank you so much for being here and sharing with us, Jessica.
Thank you for having
me. Yeah. Really quickly, that's all of the revenue, but here's a cost saving solution that we want to make sure everyone's aware of. And Cindy has been a great partner of the Roundtable, supporting us. And so I want to turn some time over to Cindy Gordon with Gordon Health Group to help you save some money. Cindy, I saw her log in earlier. Maybe she got disconnected. If her sweet spot is if you're a small independent and you only have up to maybe 30 employees, she can help you with your benefits that lower those premiums from your traditional big health plans by even 40 to 50%. So if you want more information about that, certainly reach out to me and I can get you in direct contact with Cindy. Real quick, save the chat. So make sure that you have all the information, or just reach out to me. I'll put my contact information one more time up in the chat. That live link there, if you click on the Calendly link, can actually schedule a one-on-one, and we can discuss any one of these revenue generating programs or cost saving solutions. So please reach out to me. But to save the chat, it's really simple. You simply go to at the bottom of the chat, you'll see the little icons there. You'll see a little smiley face. Right next to that is the 3 dots. Click on those 3 dots and then simply save the chat. So questions? I see Damar, you've got your hand up, and thanks for being here.
Yeah, just a couple things, Breck. Number one, Cindy had to jump off, and she left a message in the chat. And there, outside of your information, there is no other information for the other providers that presented today. So if they could put that in the chat, that would be great.
Yeah, and again, anyone that you need to reach, you feel free to reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to make a warm introduction to any of the other providers. But thank you, Damar, appreciate that. Any other questions? I know we usually fly through this a lot faster and have 10 minutes left at the end, but yeah, Jonathan just put his contact information up. So I know if you've got to jump off, I totally understand, but wanted to open it up to any additional questions you might have. Or please just reach out to me directly, and we'll schedule a one-on-one to get into more of the details as well. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Absolutely love community pharmacy. We want to do everything we can to help you not just survive in this current marketplace, but actually thrive. And so that's why we've put this whole program together. 16 amazing new revenue opportunities and more that are coming. And like I said, the train tracks are being built to bring more amazing solutions to help our pharmacies thrive. So thanks again so much for being here, and please reach out to us if we can do anything for you. Thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your week.